Good morning or evening. Last night, yesterday, I was introduced to the song called Clocks that was sung by Coldplay, who are my favourite band. And so I've listened, figured out I learnt the chords, right? So, through on YouTube and that, because they do have videos. So if you wasn't too sure how so on the thing on the intro you have a G, so each time you do a G, I can't remember what chord that is now, but I can find out anyway. And an open, which is a C6. So C6 is all chords. And then also, so it's like this. So, So, as I said, that's a G, and then that I think this is called. I think that's right. A G sus2, right? And then an open C6. So the fingering part, right, on this, right, is 4-3-2, 4-3-2, 4-3. So it goes like this. So after going from, as I said before, G to G sus2 to C6. So with the strumming part, you can choose whatever you want. You can either go down, 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 or you can go down, 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 up, up, down, 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 up, down, right? Which is, so you start with a D, so that's the D. So the D is all three fingers on the second fret and third fret. So it's like that, you see, like that. So you're playing your fourth fret on the fourth string on the second fret, and your third string on your second fret, and on the second fret on the third fret. Like I said, being autistic, it is hard when you're trying to explain something, but I do as best I can anyway. So, but just give me patience, right, and I'll be very grateful for it. So after you do D, and you go to A, which is just one finger on the top like that. That's your A. That's your A minor. And then you have your E minor. And on. So E minor so the way to play E minor is you're playing your first string on the second fret, second string on your third fret, and then your fourth and your third string on your fourth so it's like it's 2, 3, 4, and it's on a line like that. So it's in a line, not going across like that. It's not that. It's like this. Hang on. Let me show you how this. So it's first string on the second fret, second string on the third fret, and the third string on the fourth fret, and that's your E minor. So, but you can, so as I said before with strumming, you can go down. So, but there is other parts you can play an F, right? But there's also another chord. It's called an F major 7, I think it's called. I'm not too sure. I think it's called I think it's called F major 7. And I think to play that you need to play on the 4th fret on the 3rd string. And then you play another one. It's really stretched, so you really exercise your fingers right and stretch them as well. I don't go overboard with it. Just take your time with it, because when your fingers are not used, like I've been learning for just nearly 9 weeks now. I think it's now, yeah, I think, or just under 9 weeks. So anyway, so when you're doing your like F major 7, always important about illustration, because if you don't exercise your fingers right at the time, you might have arthritis. So it's recommended getting an exercise, finger exerciser, which is one of these. If you bear with me, I'll show you. So it's one of these you can use, right. This is what it does, right. So it really strengthens your fingers. It's sort of like, so when you're holding on to your strings, right, it's important, it's so. But you need to sort of like exercise your fingers so when you're doing further chords, right, like you need to learn, right, because not all chords, right, are easy. You have to really stretch your fingers really, and it's essential. And also that when you sometimes you play, like example, when you play Dance in the Moonlight, you gotta use a capo at 3rd fret. So it sounds like this, if I can find it. Oh, here we are. So this is the capo you use. Use it on 3rd fret. So if I show you, so the chorus for Dance the Moonlight, right, as I said, going back a few, quite recently, you're playing. So that's the difference. So the course for dancing knowledge are on my YouTube page. It's under mixed interesting things still, right? So if you go to there or go to right anywhere. So and also so I was saying before, so about if using your your fingers. So that's what you use. You can. They're not as much as you do as you want. You can get them cheaper as well, but if you wasn't off looking on like eBay or Amazon, anyway, that's what I got mine from. I can't remember how much mine was, right, but it's worth getting one because then you can hold your strings down on the ukulele. So going back to what I was saying about the chords for Clocks, that was sung by Coldplay, who are my favourite band. I haven't really seen it yet, but I'd love to go and watch them because they're great. And so that's all for at the moment. And for today, right, so to speak, in the day of my life, right, today, it's been different because I had I had my hair done, right. I don't think you know it's in it, but all the other photos all the other videos I have, I thought I love I change. I do like crepe, but anyway, everyone has different tastes, so which I respect very much, and also that I had another barbecue. It's been very nice in Morecambe. I don't know what's going on in the world, but I know that due to lockdown, that it's been hard. I know I know people are very careful due to lockdown, after COVID, right? So this is what happened. You see, I used to, before COVID, right, I used to have a routine because of me being autistic with Asperger's and that type. I'm intelligent to learn something new, but the thing is, with someone like me who suffers ADHD, right, which stands for, again, attention deficit hyperactive disorder, and my attention is quite short sometimes. Like if I talk to my support tribe, because I'm under a service, right, which I will not say, right, for personal reasons, because anyway, right, for personal reasons, there's nothing bad with my service, right, but sometimes, which I won't say again, right, for a lot for reasons anyway. So with my example, so when I talk to my support, if someone came through the door and started talking to me, right, I would forget because deficit means attention, because of the time span I can I can talk to my support like face to face. But as I said before, right, if someone walked in, right, I'll forget because my attention is quite short. So that's why I've asked my support to repeat what I said to remember what I was talking about. So this is why I have ADHD for. I've had it all my life, and I'm 41 years old, right? And I had, as I said before, quite recently, I went to the best school I went to, better than schools in more coming away, right? But in the grad, for me, right, I had to have more, so I had to have more help from like teachers, and I used to have a key worker as well to help me. Like example, like when I was younger, right, I never learned how to tell time. Now I can. I can ride a bike, but the thing is, with a bike, right, I was a late learner. I learned to ride a bike when I was about 17 years old. Sort of 17, 18 years old before I left school when I was 19 in 2000. So that's one thing, that I'm proud of, right? School that was isn't like it was over 20 years ago, but there's a lot of memories that I've learned to. I've made friends. Because what happens is when I was at school in Morecambe, right, I've had kids pick to me, right, said no one wants to be friends, right. And for me, right, from what I've learned right, over the years, right, that is when people pick on you, right, they're just jealous, right, because you're different, right, you're like, cause you're intelligent, right, intelligent and all that. Because I know what it's like to be picked on. It happened to me. I had to live with it, right, for 7 years before, right, before I left the school. I went to another school in Ripon for 5 years, from the age of 14. So anyway, that's me. This is why that I since I was young, right, with ADHD and that, right. So going back to what I was saying differently right now. Like when I do something at home, right, like since lockdown, my I have to find stuff, right, to get my attention, because like example, like I could do one thing, right, so for so long, right, and get bored of it, try and move on to another thing. That's me ADHD. That's me ADHD there, right. I know that people might think, oh, this is an ordinary guy and all that, right, but really do, right, I really do have ADHD, because if I didn't have my smoke, right, I wouldn't know what to do, because I suffer with depression and that, right, and that's all comes down, and that's the a lot of people who have Asperger's, like myself, right, do suffer with them sort of emotions. So that's all I can say for the time being. But anyway, everyone else, right? Whatever the songs they learn, just keep at it, and be proud of what you're doing, right? Because you are doing well, right? And if someone come about you're doing rubbish, right, just ignore them, right? Like example, like I'm like well, for me, right, if someone came up to me, right, and said, Marco, you're not doing that well, right, and all that, right, you're learning from yourself. For example, like since I started, right, using my learn to play ukulele over 8 or 9 weeks, right, I taught myself, because I've had certain people who said to me, like quite recently, have I just want to teach me? I'm like, no, I taught myself. So I've been sticking it ever since. So my advice is regardless what people think, right, just keep it going, right, and be proud of what you're doing, because you are doing what you love and enjoy it, and just keep it, and in time, who knows where you might be. For example, I'm not 41 years old, right, and I'd like to do very well. Anyway, so that's all I can say for tonight. I don't want to do it tomorrow anyway, but I know I've got a shopping to come anyway tomorrow night anyway. So, and I think in Morecambe, I heard it's going to be nice and warm again. I think, I'm not too sure yet. What weather's like, it will change. So, that's all for tonight. I'll say good night, and I'll see you all tomorrow evening.